Hi, I'm Sasha Evdokov, founder of Rise to Learn, and in this video segment, I want to share with you how you can learn to trade if you are in college and the process and the sequence that you should go through if you are still in school or studying. And I love this topic because I'm so passionate about young investors and college students, and I think it's a very important and healthy topic for people to get into investing early on in their career. So the main dilemma is, what's the steps or what's the process to go through if you are in college with a limited bank account and you still want to learn to trade or invest in the future on your own? Well, I think just like anything, there's a sequence and process to it. For example, if you're looking to start a business, you don't just all of a sudden hire 4,000 people on your first business that you start. You actually go through a little process. You go through a step-by-step sequence. You might go out and scope a location. You might hire 2 or 3 people. Maybe you start things on your own and then you evolve things step by step until growth is necessary. And the same goes with the stock market. You definitely don't want to start with putting all the money that you have for college into the stock market. Now, yes, it could gain you results and it could gain you some more money, but the thing is chances are you're not going to be successful your first time around, just like you're not going to be successful on your first business venture. It may take some time to figure things out. So be patient and see how things play out step by step. The better route to take is, first off, to recognize yourself, to look at yourself from an outside perspective and see how motivated and how dedicated are you really. If you're really dedicated, then by all means, I highly encourage you to take things into your own hands and start building the structure away. Start making something of yourself. But if you tend to give up, if you tend to quit, if you tend to break down pretty easily, then stay away from the stock market because it's going to smack you around all over the place and you're just going to be hurting. So take a moment, step back, and recognize how motivated and how dedicated are you. Now, you're going to probably fail at the beginning when you're first learning to trade. You're going to have failing trades. You're going to have a lot of losers, and you will probably fail initially. But that's okay as long as your dedication and your motivation and you constantly continue to drive yourself to be motivated continues to persist on. Because if you keep doing something, I believe that if you keep continuing on practicing something, eventually you'll get better at it. And eventually you'll start to recognize things that you're doing wrong and things that you're doing right. That way you can take advantage of the things that you're doing right. However, if you're a quitter, then you might as well stop right now and then go ahead and do something else. Go have fun with your money. Go spend it on a vacation or go do something else. It's just gonna be a lot better for you. Now, if you are motivated, if you are dedicated, and if you're willing to put the time and effort into it, it may take months, it may take years for you to figure things out and put things into perspective to where you're trading consistently. So if you are aware of this, you recognize this, and you have the motivation for it, then the next step to go ahead and learn how to trade on the stock market, you can go out and do some free resources out there. There's some free trading or investing seminars that are probably out there locally. You can also start with looking at some of the videos that I have for free on my YouTube channel. You can go read some articles and investing ideas on various news websites. There's so much information out there that it just takes time to digest. Now, after you've watched a lot of free videos out there, after you've got a lot of insight from the articles, the news pieces, maybe some free seminars, chances are they probably haven't hit you hard enough, or you've got to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Normally, a lot of the video programs out there just kind of hit a little bit here on this topic, hit a little bit there on that topic, and you have to put the puzzle pieces together. Now, I've tried to bridge that gap with some of my video courses. For example, taking the basic level entry stock trader from my Understanding the Stock Market course to a little bit more of an intermediate trader concept to stock trading foundational course that I have. Because a lot of DVDs and videos out there just kind of tackle one little subject to the next. Now, whether you look at my courses or somebody else's, you want to start putting the pieces together, or you can do it on your own. And then once you do that, you're creating your own strategy, your own system, and your own techniques to where you're able to trade a little bit with paper money. And now with paper money, you're trading with fake money in the stock market. Now, you can sign up with a paper trading account, whether it's on a paper trading website, just search for it on any of your search engines for a free paper trading account, or trading play money, or trading simulator. But if you don't find one, you can always do it the old-fashioned way. Just go ahead and use a pad and paper. Write down when you enter the stock, write down when you exit the stock, or look at how you trade some of the option spreads if you're doing option spreads with maybe a simulator. So again, then work the paper trades. Once you're consistent with paper trading, then you want to take your skills and apply it to real shares, because that's where all the psychology, that's where a lot of the fear, the greed, and a lot of the emotions start kicking in, is when you're actually using real money. And you want to start with a low share count. You don't want to escalate yourself to trading your full account right away. You want to start trading a little bit of shares, then a little bit of shares. So let's say you have a $10,000 account, and at first you might want to just trade with $500. And with that $500, trade it for 6 months until you're consistent. Then maybe bump it up to $2,000. Then again, trade it for 6 months until again, you bump it up to maybe trading with $5,000. And again, trade it for 6 months until you're consistent. Now, if you aren't consistent at the $2,000 level, then you stay there until you are consistent, or drop down a level to the $1,000 range or the $500 range. That's the way you go about trading systematically and learning and taking your education to the approach. Because you can get a lot of insight, you can get a lot of information, and you can get a lot of knowledge, but until you put it to the test, until you actually metabolize it and put real money to work, that's when you're really actually learning. It's when your behavior matches up with what you're doing. Everything else is just theory, as one of my mentors always says. So everything you learn is just theory until you put it into place. So I hope that's helpful if you're in college, and if you're learning to trade, by all means, good for you, because most people do not understand investing whatsoever, and they don't understand stocks at all. So take money into your own hands, because you're the one that's going to take the most care out of it. Your broker won't do that for you. Thanks for watching, and please share this video on your favorite social media platform so that way your friends get some investing knowledge into their head as well. And remember that most of the great stuff is over at my website at TRADERSFLY.com, where you can sign up to my newsletter as well as check out some of my great courses like the basics of stock trading, trading psychology, and the stock trading foundational courses. Thanks again, and remember to do what you love, contribute to others, and most importantly, live life abundantly.